Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another unboxing video, this time from Firebox stoves. Stay tuned. Okay, a little bit of backstory. If you don't know what Kickstarter is, it's basically a website where if you are a creator, an inventor, you have an idea to build some type of product or digital software or something, you could go on this site, post your idea, send it out to the world, and people will then back you at different levels. Usually will give you financial backing to help make that first kind of run of products. A lot of companies use it now to kind of get that initial like beta testing out of the way, get some into the market, see how that product works. Small inventors use it and stuff, so it has a lot of good benefits to it. If you see my previous video on did I get scammed on Kickstarter, there are some scams out there as well. You need to be cautious of that. In my case, I did not get scammed. By now you've seen that video that I actually did receive the product, but the communication throughout the whole process from the actual creator was just horrible. It wasn't a very good experience. My first kind of campaign that I ever backed on Kickstarter was from Firebox Stove, and it was a really good experience, which is why I backed another project. Coming off of that, I felt good about that. I backed this chair, and then it kind of ruined my taste for Kickstarter a little bit. A few months ago, Steve from Firebox Stove put out a video on YouTube talking about these new products that he wanted to create, and he had a whole bunch of them. And within a few weeks of each other, I think, created two Kickstarter campaigns, one for its like box pot type thing, and one for these cast iron pans. So I backed both of them. I have a little bit of experience from backing them in the past. It was a good experience, and I will say during this experience with him as well, it has been nothing but great. He's constantly kept people updated. He's been posting pictures constantly of like, here's our projected shipping date. Here's some stuff that we got some initial products in. I wasn't happy with this, and this, so I sent it back to them. They're redoing it. I even think he said a couple times like, this might be delayed a little bit, but I'm gonna push some things around so we're still making our shipping date, and we did. I got this actually well before I thought I would. So kudos to Firebox Stove. Everything from them in Kickstarter that I have backed has been good. I'm at the point where I would say I would support them if you are considering backing Firebox for one of their Kickstarter campaigns. It's not a scam, it's totally legit, and you will be very happy with the experience you have throughout it. Now, one little caveat to Kickstarter is it's not like Amazon where you're gonna put your order in and you get it the next day. Kickstarter usually is several months of waiting. So you back a project and then they take the money and go and produce that product. There's usually some back and forth with like quality control and stuff, depending on what it is. And then they're shipping depending on where they have it. So it's kind of a process, but usually they will come to you in the project to say, this is when I expect to ship the product. So you know going into it when you're gonna get it. But this box here is from Firebox. I think I know what's in here, but I'm not sure because both of the campaigns are kind of maturing at the same time. But based off of the weight, I'm assuming it's the box pot and not the cast iron. I'm assuming cast iron will be a little bit heavier. There are some extras and stuff too, so I don't know if that's coming in later packages. If they do, I will unbox them at that time. But let's get into this now and see what's inside so I can show them to you. So again, this is from Firebox Stoves. If you're not familiar with them, I really encourage you to go check out some of my previous videos from the unboxing of their stuff. So Firebox Stove makes outdoor cooking gear for like, I wouldn't say ultralight backpackers. Some of their stuff can be heavier, but they do offer lighter stoves as well. These are, what they're known for is like stick stoves. So you can, if you're not familiar with a stick stove, you've seen like the little rocket stoves you put on a propane tank. Firebox Stoves makes stoves that like fold out and collapse into each other. They fold down and pack pretty flat, but you can open them up. They have options to burn sticks. You can burn charcoal in it. You can burn actual pieces of wood in it. They do have options for kind of a rocket stove attachment that goes into it. You can put alcohol stoves in it. They're a very versatile stove and very cool how they pack down. They don't take up a lot of space, so they're pretty cool. They also make a wide accoutrement of products that accompany those stoves with helping you with your outdoor cooking, including pans, cutting board, baking, pots, all kinds of stuff that they make that go with it that really help things out. So let's get into this box and see what we have. Okay, so right on top, this is a chest pack. So he actually designs a lot of his stuff. Some of the stuff on his site is like third-party retailers and stuff, but a lot of the things he's created and they make themselves, including this. So this is a chest pack that he designed to be able to hold some of the Firebox gear, wear on your chest, and it has like, I'll show you in a minute, where like the front flap kind of folds down. It makes almost like a little mini table, so if you're fishing, you can use it as like a little shelf for your tackle box or whatever. So it's essentially a small little chest pack. It's supposed to mount on your chest like this. He's got some straps to go with it that will go on your chest, so if you have your backpack on or something, you can wear this. It's also easy access to get into stuff if you're in the field, so you don't have to be taking a backpack on and off. It has some really cool features. It's got some MOLLE webbing on the front, so you can add more attachments or pouches or whatever you want. Has a small pocket on the inside here just for storing some gear. On the back side of this, I'm pulling both zippers at once. There's two zippers. This is where I was talking about it kind of folds down and makes kind of like a shelf type of thing. So he's got these like gusseted material in here, I guess you would say, that is purposely designed to fold in, so you don't have to tuck it in. It's kind of just folds in on its own so it doesn't get caught. So that kind of unzips and is able to be folded down while you're wearing it to kind of make a makeshift kind of shelf if you need to. There's also a net inside here that's expandable, holds some more gear, and another pocket inside that will even hold even more stuff to keep your stuff organized. The back has a main dump pouch that has kind of a Velcro elastic strap. So I believe this is designed to hold a bunch of, basically any of the stoves that they make will hold inside of here. It smells good. The bottom has drain holes in it, so if you do put wet stuff in here, if you are fishing or something and you've got wet tools or something that you're using to put in here, it will drain out. So you're not getting any moisture buildup. On the other side is another big pocket just to keep stuff organized. So very cool as far as that goes. On the back side, it does have a handle so you can carry it if you don't want these straps. You can just kind of carry this with you. Okay, so on the front here, there's a pass-through to put any other type of gear through there that you want, some type of long pole, maybe a knife or something. I'm not sure, probably something that you want to be fairly secure. He does have some like lashing on here that you can tighten down to make that pocket a little tighter. And there is a Velcro patch here for some morale patches or something like that. On the side, there's two little smaller pockets in here. You could probably fit alcohol bottles into if you want for your alcohol stoves, or you could probably fit the wood flame gas burner. That could fit in here, no problem. So just some extra little pockets on the side to fit some smaller gear, as well as a couple bits of more MOLLE webbing to store stuff like that. On the back, he's got these D-rings that hook to the bottom and the top. You can cross them, you can switch them out however you want to do it. If you wanted to take this one off and hook it up here and take this strap off and have more of like a shoulder strap type bag, you could do that. And then on the back, there's the snapped pocket that just goes all the way down. This, I believe, will hold a 8-inch cutting board or frying pan or something will fit in there, if my memory serves me right. So you could fit quite a bit of the Firebox gear in here to take out if you're just maybe going out for the day, you want to make breakfast or something. You could put your gear in here from camp, go for a hike, or maybe for instance lunch. You're going for a hike in the day, you want to stop for lunch, you've got this on you, you could just take this off and you've got everything you need to be able to cook for. So pretty cool. This is called the Kit Pack Chest Pack. If you are interested, I'm assuming if they're not on his website yet, they will be on his site soon. I believe when he does put Kickstarter stuff on, when it usually starts to mature and he starts shipping it, he'll put like pre-order type things on his site, so you can get this, you know, pre-ordered. When it does have another run, he'll ship it out to you. So very good material, all really high quality nylon, probably Cordura. Very good, strong stitching, double stitched everywhere. I'm not sure what type of zippers these are, but very good quality, thick zippers. Got the Firebox logo kind of embroidered there on the front, but it's not huge. It's subtle. I like it. This is pretty cool. I'm probably definitely adding this to the kit of gear. So we will open this next. This is the titanium nano. So this has their smallest, this is their nano stove. This is one of the smallest stoves that they make. So with the rest of the stoves that they usually have, they give you a little canvas bag to store it in, kind of keep it nice and neat and clean so it doesn't rattle around if, if it's in their pack. Opening up, it comes in this cool little metal or tin kind of container. This is kind of like an ash pan when you fold it out. So you'd use it as an ash pan if you're putting wood in there. The Nano, I believe, is designed to be used mainly with alcohol stoves, or you can use their wood fire gas burner with it as well. I suppose you could burn sticks in here, but there's not a lot of capacity in here to burn the sticks. This, I can't remember what this is. This is some type of material that he uses for, like a windscreen, I believe. I think it's like a windscreen. So the stove folds open like this. It comes with two kind of like little sticks. I believe they call them nano sticks. So yeah, so the stove folds open. You see it kind of how it collapses onto itself, right, like this, right? So it opens like that, and it's hollow all the way through if you did want to use the gas burner. And then this has this right here, pushes and folds down and creates the bottom of your stove. And it kind of locks it all together in these little tabs down below. It's all titanium. Then you can flip out these legs for extra stability like that, and they lock into these little grooves in the bottom of the pan, so it kind of keeps it a lot more stable. So pretty cool. It can hold a good amount of weight. In fact, here's a very heavy frying pan, and it holds it without a problem. And it's also pretty stable as well. So this is probably on the larger side of what you want to be cooking on this, but it does hold the weight fine. So these nano sticks are designed to go into, I believe, yeah, okay, sorry, wrong way. So they go in the side like this, and then they go through that other hole, and that now gives you something in here that you can lock that wood fire gas burner into. You could put an alcohol stove in here. So that's kind of the look from down the top. Very cool. This whole thing feels very solid. It's super lightweight. The next product is the actual Kickstarter campaign. This is the Firebox box pot. It's all stainless steel. I don't believe there was a titanium option yet, but knowing Steve, there probably will be eventually. So this is all stainless steel. The reason it's a box pot is right here. It's literally a box. I thought this was really unique. When I saw it come out, the first thing I was like, why would you want a pot to be square? That's very strange. Watch his videos on it. He's got some videos on YouTube. They're very cool how he describes it. Like, it's a pot, but by being square, you can fit it on the Nano perfectly. You can fit it on any of his Firebox stoves, to be honest. But if it's on this perfectly, it also has the ability to pour things. So like if you're pouring out of a round pot, it can be kind of a mess. With the square, you've got four corners that you can easily pour stuff out of. I thought that was really cool. It's got some ounce measurements on the inside here, so you can easily measure things. His logo is kind of stamped in the side there. That's pretty nice and neat. And it does have these handles that lock in that will fold out. So they lock in there very well. So he's got little dimples in the side that these lock onto, so they're not rattling around. And then they come to the back and you've got a nice handle that you can now boil your water with, making coffee in the morning, doing whatever. It's pretty cool. It's got an accompanying lid with it. It's got Firebox stuff on it. It fits very well, fits any direction. And it also has little holes in the top for draining things. So if you are boiling the noodles or something that you need to drain the water off, potatoes, something like that, you can put the lid on and you can easily come over and pour all that water out without losing all your food on the ground. Or you're trying to do that like, you know, thing where you like crack the lid and you're like trying to dump it out and not lose all your stuff. So that is a pretty cool feature right there, that it will drain the water out. So it's got a little handle on top. Folds down nice and tight, nice and firm. I like that. Stays out of the way. Very cool. I like it. So pretty cool little pot. The last thing that we got in here, oh, sorry, my mistake, the last two things. So this right here is the box pot stone. So if you want to boil rice in your pot, sometimes putting this over the flame and putting it straight on will burn the bottom of your rice. So he came up with this cool little, it's almost like a pizza stone material that is perfectly shaped to fit inside the box pot. Now you've got thermal mass under there and you're not going to burn your rice. It helps retain heat into the pot. So this does not go in the pot, even though it is square, it kind of looks like it does. This is made for the stove. So this locks, these little grooves here lock on top of these pins for the nano stove, just like that. And now you've turned your stove into a grill. So now you have a mobile grill that's super small, super lightweight. You can pack this anywhere and not even know it's in your bag. Take this with you and now you've got a cool little grill. You could cook a cheeseburger on there, probably a small, maybe a filet or something as far as steak goes. You could put hot dogs on there, whatever you want to cook. You now have a little grill that goes on top of the stove. So that is pretty cool as well. You can burn sticks in these stoves. They do have kind of fuel ports in the side, but I don't know how, you know, it's going to be a short burn or you're going to be feeding it quite a bit. So I think these are mainly designed to be used with alcohol stoves or the gas burner type of a stove, but you can burn sticks in it as well. So there is that. It's plenty of air between the bottom and stuff, so you will get good airflow through there. But I mainly bought this stove, A, because it goes well with the box pot, but this box pot will go with any of my stoves. I mainly bought this for coffee in the morning. If I'm out on a hike or something and I want a cup of coffee, I don't want to have to take the entire rocket stove with me or the, you know, the other Firebox stoves. This packs down to practically nothing. Fits in here real small. I could take this with me now and go make coffee in the morning, heat up my coffee in it. It works pretty well. So you can see how small this packs down. This like could just go in my vest pocket if I'm out for a hike. I now have a stove anytime I need to pull out, cook stuff, heat things up, do whatever. Like, this is a cool little stove. It's titanium, so it's lightweight. The tin box adds a little bit of weight. If for some reason you didn't want to carry the ash pan, if you were going to be out, you know, you're just going to cook on the ground or something, you could take just the stove in this little canvas bag and it makes it even lighter. So it just, this is what I would use for like ultralight backpacking. It's just super lightweight, super small. I really recommend this one. I've had my eye on it for a while. With the accompanying little grill plate on top, you now have a fully versatile stove that just does all kinds of stuff. So very happy with this. So they do give you, with the stove, this little bit of paperwork inside. Very durable stuff. I would suggest keeping it with your stove, but it does give you all types of directions on how to cook with wood, how to set it up to cook with alcohol stoves, how to set it up to cook with solid fuel like wood pellets, things like that, maybe even charcoal. It comes with extra things on how to set it up with like this little wind guard here, as well as this kind of plate, or how to cook with the legs inwards, outwards. It's a lot of useful information in this little tiny card. Totally worth keeping with your stove. That way, if you're out in the wilderness and you need to figure out a new way how to cook or something you don't remember, that's a good little reference sheet. So that is it for today. This is the Firebox box pot, the nano stove, the nano grill plate, I believe it's called. I could be wrong with that. And the Firebox chest pack. Very cool. All this stuff together in combination with my other Firebox products, I think is gonna make this summer's camping trips super cool. It's gonna be great to cook with. I'm gonna really enjoy cooking. I wanna do more outdoor kind of cooking and stuff on these camp trips or on these hikes. I wanna start making planned hikes where we're gonna hike somewhere, we're gonna stop, we're gonna cook lunch or something with me and the assistants or something, whatever, and then hike back and enjoy the rest of our day. But I really wanna incorporate more cooking in the wilderness because it's just fun for me. It's super relaxing and I feel like it tastes better, you know what I mean? So that's all for today. If you like this type of content, subscribe down below, give me a thumbs up, comment if you have any of this Firebox stove gear. Do you have any of this stuff? Do you have other stuff from Firebox? How do you feel about that? Did you back the recent Kickstarter for this box pot? I'm really impressed with this pot so far. Sorry, it's got the Firestone in there. I'm rattling it around. I'm really impressed with this pot. I'm really excited to cook with it for the first time. It's just unique. I don't know why, but like the square of the pot is just super unique, and I know it's going to be a conversation starter at campgrounds over the summer. People are going to come by and be like, what are you cooking in? That's interesting. And then I start gabbing away like I always do to everybody that's like, well, let me tell you about Firebox stove because their stuff is awesome. So anyway, long outro. If you like this type of content, subscribe down below, comment, give me a thumbs up, do all the fun stuff. I'll see you on the next one.